Oh my God. You Wilder fans are caught in y'all feelings, boy. Man, y'all some special kind of bitch, man. Not all Wilder fans, just some just rest between here and in between Deontay Wilder's butt cheeks. I don't know how you compromise yourself, your intelligence, your being as a man, just everything. Because when the stuff that y'all come up with is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to address this actually to one of my homeboys. He know exactly who he is. You know, we go at it sometimes. We agree and we disagree, but we have a mutual respect. So that's why I can talk to this guy and he knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be my video towards him because a lot of your material, you know, I understand where you're coming from. I don't agree with it, but I understand where you're coming from. And you do have very good points. So that's why I always give you the room to, you know, prove me wrong. That's why I make sure I listen to everything that you say before you actually say it. But the problem comes into play. And it's not just you, but it's other Wilder fanboys where you guys would want to say that Anthony Joshua was given everything. He was supposed to be what he is. He didn't have to work for anything. Everything was handed to him on a silver platter or something like that. Okay, that's what you guys say. Okay, the first thing that I want to say about that is, how can you be handed a victory? That's what I want to know. Okay, the point is you can't be handed anything when you have fought the majority of the top 10 contenders in the heavyweight division. My question for you and other people like you is, what stopped Deontay Wilder from doing what Anthony Joshua has done before Anthony Joshua actually arrived on the scene? I'll wait. Tell us. We all want to know. What stopped Deontay Wilder from fighting Charles Martin, Klitschko, Povetkin, and everybody else? What stopped him? What stopped him? Because y'all talk about Anthony Joshua like he's this made up character, as if he didn't have to go up those steps and climb between those ropes and earn the victory. Okay. See, you guys want to talk about what he's handed, I guess, because you feel and you guys feel he has a lot of money behind him. Right? Right? That's why you're saying he's being given everything, because he has a lot of money behind him. So they just buying up everything. They just buying up. Funny. You want to know something that I remember? And I got a very good memory. You know what I'm saying? You want to know something that I remember? I remember before Anthony Joshua was a prominent champion like he is now, and before he really even stepped on the scene, you LDBC fanboys and Wilder fangirls used to cry to the rooftop that Al Heyman money is so long. You don't want to mess with Al Heyman. Al Heyman got all this dough. His money longer than 8 Mile. His money is this. His money is that. He got all the cream. He got hand over fist cash, hardcore cash, this, that, the third. Now, once again, you guys say that Anthony Joshua is made up because he has money behind him. But last time I checked, y'all designated Al Heyman as the Dalai Lama of the $100 bill. He's Mr. 10, 20s, and 50s. You know what I'm saying? All that. Mr. Big Check Writer, Mr. Blank Check Writer. He was all that up until Eddie Hearn stepped on the scene. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing that I noticed. When Hearn stepped on the scene, you want to know what talk disappeared? That whole Al Heyman got all this money talk. That shit went straight out the window. You haven't heard it since. And if you remember in the beginning, that's all they was talking about is Al Heyman money, Al Heyman money. Tell me, if Al Heyman money is so big and it's so long, how come he never put any money behind his own product? You can't get mad at somebody because they put money behind their own product. How come Al Heyman didn't do it after y'all been claiming his money is so long? Al Heyman got money. You mean to tell me he couldn't get him a Charles Martin fight? You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get him a Klitschko fight. He could get, and keep in mind, at the time, Deontay Wilder and Klitschko was both managed by Shelly Finkel. You know what I'm saying? So he had a manager who had access to one of the fighters that he needed to build his legacy. Why didn't you fight him? Oh, you want to know how I remember it? This is what I remember. And tell me if you need me to pull up the empirical proof. I remember when they were talking about Deontay Wilder fighting a Klitschko, these was Klitschko exact words. Deontay Wilder needs to fight people of a higher caliber first. I remember that's what he said about Deontay Wilder. He said that the people he's been fighting have been bums. Okay? Along with, in his 32nd fight, he was called an infant, a baby. Imagine somebody calling Anthony Joshua a baby, even at 19 fights or 20 fights. You guys would clown him towards no end. Here you have the heavyweight champion, supposedly the most dangerous man on the planet, the hardest puncher, that was called a baby in 32 fucking fights? You gotta be joking me, man. You gotta be joking me. That's why when it comes to you guys talking logic, I can listen to you up until you start talking about Anthony Joshua and then your female side come out. Because if your male side took over, you would understand that there ain't no point in me lying about what just is. And that's the difference between Anthony Joshua fans and Deontay Wilder fans. Okay? Like I said before, Deontay Wilder only has fans because Anthony Joshua has haters. I said that before. I also said you can't be a fan of the sweet science and be a fan of Deontay Wilder. He's the exact opposite. These are all facts. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, these are all facts. But you want to sit up here and try to discredit one man, talk about he's been handed something. Handed what? That's what I want to know. You can't be handed anything. Okay? How about this? Let's hand over Povetkin to Deontay Wilder and see how he do. Let's hand over to Cam to Deontay Wilder and see how he do. Let's hand over Dylan White, the same Dylan White that he's been dodging, the same Dylan White that he said he's going to duck for 2 years, and see how he does. Let's hand over Andy Ruiz and see how he does. Let's hand over Joseph Parker and let's see. The point is, nothing stopped him from challenging the top 10 contenders, okay, in the heavyweight division. As a matter of fact, the WBC rules demands that he fight one of the top 10 contenders, okay, every year. Okay? He's only done that 3 times. Out of his whole time of being champion, he only done that 3 times. The point is, don't hate on somebody for making progress. The only thing Deontay Wilder has to do is double down on himself like he swear he does. How are you the hardest puncher, but you don't want to gamble with your power? Make that make sense. You're the hardest puncher. Supposedly everybody's scared of you. 1 hit is all it takes. Yet you couldn't take all that power and gamble with yourself when it came to a Charles Martin, when it came to a Klitschko. Hell, when it came to a Dylan White, when it came to an Alexander Usyk, when it came to anybody that was up to par and that was a live opponent. You've ducked, dodged, and spent all of them. Yet somehow you mean to tell me that Anthony Joshua has been handed something? Tell me, what was he handed when he lost his belts? What was he handed then? Okay? And this is my thing, once again, about Wilder fans and about Anthony Joshua fans. When Deontay Wilder starched Dominic Breazeale, I didn't make no video trying to discredit the fact that he fought somebody that he should have fought when he was 18-0, 19. I didn't say none of that. I booted my stuff up. I put my video out, say, that was a great knockout. He did a good job, blah, blah, blah. Didn't diss him, didn't beat him down, did nothing, because it is what it is. If he does something great, something spectacular, you're going to hear from him. There ain't no way what Anthony Joshua did in that boxing ring on Saturday night, there ain't no way that didn't raise an eyebrow and impress you. There's no way. But yet, instead of giving it up, and yet saying, hey, man, the guy did a good job, blah, 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 blah. Instead of doing that, you have to go on to full-on hate mode. You know, that's because when it comes to Deontay Wilder and when it comes to Anthony Joshua, this ain't about boxing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not about boxing with y'all. And it's definitely not about we protecting all black fighters because they don't get their fair shake out here and blah, blah, blah. And as true as that may be, you guys are not about that either. So don't act like you on this brotherly love shit. You know what I'm saying? You guys hide behind the fact that you're doing something because, yeah, black fighters don't get a good shake and black fighters don't get a good shake this. The only time you guys summon your power together is to shit on another black fighter. Hence, Terrence Crawford, Anthony Joshua. You don't take none of that energy, none of all that, the mighty LDBC energy, and you don't direct that at nobody else. Okay? Name me one white fighter that y'all have pulled y'all forces together to tear down like y'all tore down Anthony Joshua. It's not one. You haven't done it to one. When you found out Klitschko wasn't going to fight Deontay Wilder, did you go on a full-fledged campaign, smear campaign attack on Tyson Fury, Klitschko, or any other of the champions of that time before Anthony Joshua? Did you do that? No. But as soon as Anthony Joshua, keep in mind, another black fighter gets on the scene, all of a sudden y'all got all the energy in the world. Y'all were making 9, 4, and 5 videos a day about trashing Anthony Joshua. Simultaneously, every last one of y'all. 78 make about 4 videos. For 9 was a fanatic with that shit. He would do a live stream on Anthony Joshua in the morning, then turn around and do a live stream on Anthony Joshua in the afternoon. And I know why you guys did it, because his name bringed in numbers. But I'm going to digress on that. But that's all y'all were doing. But when have y'all pulled that power together and put that on one of the Klitschkos? The same Klitschko that you say killed boxing and killed the heavyweight division. Y'all didn't have that energy. So don't get on me about this brotherly love, all that. That's some bullshit. At the end of the day, it's sad to say, but this is what it is with you guys. This is some old, I'm riding with Deontay Wilder because he's the darker complected black man. And when you look like Barack Obama, like Anthony Joshua, you tend to get favored, so we don't like you. Yeah, I let the cat out of the bag. And this ain't the first time I done let the cat out the bag. I let the cat out of the bag several times. I said, I know what y'all real problem is. It ain't got nothing to do with boxing. It ain't got nothing to do with America. It ain't got nothing to do with no UK stuff. Your stuff stems from a single parent household defect. You know what I'm saying? You've been around your mom too much. You get colorism issues like your mother. You know what I'm saying? You look at people like Anthony Joshua and say the whole world love him because he's lighter than I am. The same shit that Deontay Wilder said. If I was a little bit lighter complected, I would be this, that. You want to know the stupid thing about that is? You want to know what the dumbest thing about that is? The only time Deontay Wilder felt appreciated and felt like a real champion is when he took his ass on a plane and went over there to the UK. So when he say people don't like him or people won't like him, people be more accepting of him if he was lighter complected. Do you know he talking about America? Because he ain't talking about the UK. Remember, he lost his voice over there in the UK. He loved it so much. Oh, man, this is a great experience. I ain't never, oh, my God. They just love me out here, this, and that. When he went over to the UK opened up his arm to Deontay Wilder, and he felt like a superstar. Straight up, he felt like a superstar over there. He ain't never felt like a superstar over here in the States. He ain't never felt like that over here in America. So when he say that whole light complected, they don't like me because I'm dark. Dude, you gotta be talking about America because the UK gave it up to you. So if you talking about America, you talking about your own hometown. So once again, why would you hate on a people and a place that showed you nothing but love? How can you hate on a man who's done nothing but give you a profile boost? A man that not only give you a profile boost, he gave you a tax bracket boost. And y'all still over there sad face, sour, and mad. Tell Deontay Wilder to pull his ass up by his bootstraps. Get in there with some of the top opponents out there that's in the heavyweight division. And guess what? Nobody can say anything about him. Just like can't nobody say anything about Anthony Joshua. The only people who say something about Anthony Joshua to break him, tear him down, unfortunately, is Black American YouTube channels. Now tell me how asinine and how stupid that looked, being considered you are the conglomerate that comes together for the protection and for the notoriety of black fighters. But yet the only time you assemble your power is against another black man. That's a goddamn shame.